not be the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought that one way or another.
The untold destruction and devastation that nuclear power can cause is astounding. So many of humanity's accomplishments are because of one small split. And nowhere is more of an example of that than Chernobyl. This is what nuclear power can do when mishandled. And this is what else it can do.
HROT was created by, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, who made a custom engine to replicate the look of late 90s FPS games like Quake. This game takes place in Czechoslovakia. In 1986, some sort of nuclear disaster has happened, and you need to kill the undead leaders of the Czech Communist Party.
The movement in this game feels great. The player is fast enough to get around the levels while bunny hopping, but even while not doing that, your speed feels just right. The jump is also good. It's weak, but not too weak to the point where it's useless. You're not really going to be jumping much, as this game barely has any platforming, but you can easily bunny hop with it. Honestly, HROT has my favorite pump-action shotgun out of any video game. But yes, the guns are very fun to use. The pistol feels great, the shotgun is the most satisfying weapon in my opinion. The SMG, despite having an at first off-putting firing sound, I think is still pretty fun. The Bruno Super Shotgun is awesome, even if the reload is a little weird.
Nice fucking model!
The Who's It hand cannon, I think that's how you say that, is a very, very fun weapon to use. It's stellar. I don't want to spoil every gun, though. The enemies are... anyways, you got stuff like dogs, the Quake 1 ogres, literally, they act the same, and a wheelchair guy.
One thing you'll immediately notice about this game is that it is very brown. It's a nice change of pace from most modern games, which just love to shove 2 tons of colors down your gullet. The color palette in this game adds a lot to its overall style and appearance. The music isn't really that crazy, it's mostly just ambience and drones, like the original Quake. I do think it contributes to the somewhat unsettling aspect of the game, because no matter how much silly stuff happens, there's also some genuinely unnerving moments that I think you should experience for yourself. The sound design is really good and also really goofy. The ambient sounds are really good at setting the mood. The enemy sounds are just a sharp contrast to the more realistic environmental sounds playing in the background. Overall, I would highly recommend this game to anyone who likes FPS games. It's got great gameplay and really fun weapons, and a more serious yet goofier tone than most FPS games. Its art style is striking and the color palette is reminiscent of games like Quake. The gameplay is fun and intuitive, and the level design is awesome. I would highly recommend HROT.
Today we're in Soviet Russia. Let's have fun. Let's go stab some bears. Doing some vodka.